I worked this weekend, and one of the reasons why I worked this weekend is so I can play when others are working. And so I don't like to hit the crowd, deal with the crowds at tourist things. I'd rather go on an off weekend or during the week. And so as part of my plan is to take that time off when others cannot. So if that resonates with you, hopefully you'll start implementing some of that and work the weekends while everybody else is playing, and then do the vice versa, and you'll actually win a lot more. Let's talk about growing your real estate business in today's marketplace. I think it is imperative to make sure your daily schedule is on point. And I've said this before, I've had other videos out there about daily schedule, and I keep going back to it because it's so valuable to every single person in the real estate business to focus on that at least once a week, write it out, and then commit to following through on that daily schedule. It's gonna just improve your business and your mindset of making the time that you're focused at work valuable to you and your business, rather than messing around and not getting things done. The other thing I see right now is there's a lot of talented real estate agents out there. And if you just made 5 phone calls a day, 5 days a week, you're going to be way more better off than most of you are right now. The discipline that it just takes to do 5 calls a day, 5 Instagram DMs or Facebook DMs to talk to people about buying and selling real estate is, I mean, very little, but it's such a huge benefit to everybody in this business. And it's going to help get your mindset right for the rest of the day. And then you're going to increase it to maybe 7, then maybe 10. And you're going to rotate all of your sphere of influence every 3 or 4, 5 months, assuming that you've got 100 people in your database, right? And you're going to have some off days and days off and everything. But I think this is very, very valuable. And if you don't do that, then you're putting yourself and your business at a disadvantage. Somebody else is going to get your business. And the reason why is because every single person knows 5 or 10 real estate agents that they know, they like, and they trust, right? Think about that. How many real estate agents do you know that's not in your current marketplace that you know, that you like, and you trust? Well, if they're in your marketplace, you probably know at least 2 that you would refer business to if you were out of town for a month or something. And so think about that with your clients. Your clients are your sphere of influence, or your past clients are your sphere of influence. Even your friends and family, they all know all these real estate agents. And so it's imperative to be reaching out to them, letting them know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still wanting your business. I still want introductions from you in your sphere of influence to introduce me. I'll take care of everything else on the relationship. Just make the introduction. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about today is, what are you doing to improve your marketing on a yearly basis at a minimum? Okay, so is it time to go through everything that you're doing for marketing? Your Facebook fan pages, your regular Facebook account, your Instagram account, your TikTok, your Twitter. What does all of that say? And how is the impression coming across to buyers and sellers that are looking for real estate agents? Or if they come across your profile, what does it say about you? What are you posting on a continuous basis? Is it time for an audit and to maybe not post all the political stuff, maybe not post all of the controversial things? Maybe let's just focus on serving your clientele or your prospective clientele at the highest level, and try to attract that business to you because you deserve it. Think about that for a second. You deserve to put your business in the best possible light. And so I see a lot of social media accounts that are not being in the best possible light. And I've been guilty of that in the past. You know, the politics gets us fuming, right? You know, and one of those things, it doesn't matter what side you're on and all that stuff, it really should be separated from your business. Your personal life is mixed with your business because we're real estate agents and it's almost intertwined. But your personal life, if you're a person that's going to the bar every day, does that really need to be posted? If you're a person that is going to the gym every day, does that really need to be posted? Maybe it's who you are. Well, I want to be expressing myself, who I am. I totally am fine with that, as long as it's done in a respectful manner of saying, hey, I do work out. Hey, I do go to this networking group. I do go to the bar once in a while. That's all good. But on a continuous basis, is it helping or hurting your business and your image online? Think about that for a second. Is it helping or hurting your image online? So write that down. If you're writing notes, or if you're not even writing notes, write that down. What am I doing on a continuous basis? And what have I done for years and years and years that potentially is subtracting from my image online that could be costing me business? Think about that for a second. Now, I'm one of these people that loves the outdoors. I go hiking, I go fishing, I go hunting, I go riding dune buggies and all this stuff, and I like to share that with the world. And but there's people that are against all of that stuff, right? They're good people. They're still good people, even though they're against all that stuff. I'm okay with not working with all of them, but some of them I really want to work with because I think I can help them in their real estate business. Now, the impression, I'm using myself as an example here. I'm not judging anybody here. I'm giving you personal example of the business that is either won or lost, but it is always at risk because of, people's judgments, right? And everybody's going to judge all the time, which is okay. It's natural. But is there things that you should leave out, be out of your social media presence, because it's going to be way too shock and awe, or it will be offending somebody that's really passionate about what they're doing, right? So like I go fishing, and if I post a picture of me catching a fish, I'll have somebody in my world be mad about me catching that fish, whether I give it back to the ocean or not, whether I'm eating it, right? Because everything I harvest, I'm eating for that principle. Otherwise, I'm giving it back and I'm letting the fish go and all of that. Same thing for hunting. I'm not doing that for just a thrill. I'm doing that because I'm feeding my family, right? I'm harvesting animals for consumption. Now, if we take out that from Facebook land and YouTube and Instagram, are the odds higher, right? Are the odds higher that I could possibly open up another conversation, a dialogue between me and somebody else, maybe that supports, let's just use PETA for a second, right? The animal rights activist organization. And could I get into a relationship with somebody there? And the answer is yes. Now, will they still have the same amount of respect for me and desire to continue a relationship? Well, yes and no. Yes, if there's a value exchange, right? If they're getting something from me, and no, if they're not getting anything else from me and they just see this image of me catching a fish and they're appalled because they're totally against it, they were raised differently, and that's okay. And is that affecting that relationship? Well, in a lot of cases it is. So if we use that example in politics, okay, or religion, or whatever you're really passionate about these days, and you're polarizing, if you're polarizing and you're not willing to open your eyes and possibly even debate, not that I'm saying to debate, because I think that's a debacle that's waiting to happen. But if you're not willing to listen, then you're probably not going to engage in that relationship for very long. And unless there's a value exchange of something else, then there's going to be a judgment, and they're going to say, yeah, I think the value of the relationship is give and take, and I'm willing to see this now and again because I'm getting this over here. So if you're marketing, if you're a real estate agent, if you're marketing that way, there's clientele out there that is checking you out. They're checking you out online to see if they want to do business with you, if they align with who you are and who they are, right? If that alignment is present, and if you can do the job that they're wanting done. Okay, and that's probably the most important. That's the most logical piece. Can you do the job, right, of selling their home or helping them buy a home or investment property? But are you going to get that opportunity if you're too polarizing on social media? Probably not. Okay, and that's okay if for a lot of people you're like, you know what, I don't want to work with those people anyway. That's okay. I'm just giving you things to think about. There's no judgment from me. I'm just saying, hey, you should consider this. So, all right. So the marketing that you're doing probably needs to be audited, and it probably needs to be gone through and say, how can I improve every aspect of this marketing, every aspect of the impression that I put out there? Is it professional enough? Is it high quality? Is it relatable? Is the communication on point and good enough where it's being received from the other party, right? If you're marketing to a seller, then you want it to be received from the other party in a positive manner that's answering sellers' questions, and that is educating the sellers, and that is professional in a manner that is acceptable to most sellers. Same thing with a buyer, right? If you're educating the buyers and the marketing's on point, you're professional, and they're like, wow, I really want to work with this person. They seem very knowledgeable. They seem professional. And so audit all of your social media, and I think you're going to start seeing an improvement. And it's going to take a little bit of time. You're going to have to make more friends on social media world, and you'll get more attention, but the business will go up, your professionalism will go up, and just put that in your calendar, maybe every 6 months. Maybe every 6 months, you just take an audit. Maybe every 3 months, and just do an audit to say, hey, I'm going to improve every aspect of my marketing, including social media. Next thing that I see that people are doing these days. I was in a conversation with, I was up in Seattle, Washington, and I was doing a networking meeting for one of the people in my organization. We had 20, 25 people there, and I stayed a little bit late, and I started engaging in a conversation with an agent that, he might have been a broker also, but he was an agent for a well-known independent company in Washington. It was like one of the most successful companies in the Northwest. And he's been an agent for like 25 or 35 years or something like that with the same company. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Tell me more, right? I want to hear this, because it's almost, I'm not going to say impossible, but it's almost unheard of, right? It's almost that a real estate agent or broker or whatever the position is, that's been with any company for 35 years. I mean, to me, that's really incredible. And so we started talking. Great dude, really professional, nice guy, and is a top producer. And he's like, look, I started my career at the company. Loyalty is important to me, and I'm digging this company still. I've grown with them, and they've supported me for 35 years. I'm like, wow, what a great brokerage. What a great team of managers. And managers come and go, but great ownership, right? And then what a great agent for standing by that company for that amount of time frame. I mean, this guy understands a lot in this business on a manager side, on just for a life principle that, hey, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? And maybe I just need to keep watering the grass where I'm at today in order to succeed tomorrow. And I mean, just fascinating conversation. And I just wanted to share that with you because you know what? There's some incredible companies out there, and there's incredible humans out there that you probably just need to start meeting, and it'll change your perspective in a lot of ways. So, all right. So next thing I want to talk about today is, what are you really doing with your time? Is it focused on prospecting, on meeting new people, on engaging in meaningful conversations that are going to be impactful for your business? Because a lot of people are wasting a lot of time out there that are very talented, extremely talented. And for whatever reason, life, kicks hard, right? At times it does. And they get lost. That's part of not following the schedule. It's part of not being committed to doing what you say you're going to do or following that schedule, being committed to that. And sometimes we just get lost because we got beat down enough and we just don't go back until somebody wakes us up. And so maybe this is a wake-up call for you. Maybe this is something to, just make up a new schedule, make up a new focus on creating those lanes of opportunity. And maybe that's joining different clubs so you can get out of your normal day, get out of your normal day and into conversations with new people. One, because you can add them to your database. Two, because there's massive opportunity when you start talking to more people. There's different perspectives. There's different relationships that are starting. And I think that right there is going to add a minimum one person a week to your database. And that's 52 people per year. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I'll tell you what, if you had 50 loyal people that you're serving continuously, and you're out, hey, how can I make your life better? How can I make your business better? Hey, how can I make your kids' lives better? Can I contribute to their college fund? Can I help your spouse find a job? There's a lot of layoffs going on right now. Can I help you with dinner on Friday night? Come over to my house. Like, those are the starts of fantastic relationships that are so meaningful and powerful that you are going to grow your real estate business through meeting people and serving others. It's just going to make a huge difference. All right, this is Brent Conley. I hope you've gotten a lot of value today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. If I can ever help you, please reach out to me and have a great week.